Cole Palmer takes a trip to Dubai. Are Chelsea really going to bid for Anton Semenyo? And will Emegha be fast tracked to Chelsea in January? We're going to cover that all in today's video, guys. Welcome back to Behind the Dugouts. I hope you are keeping well. And look, international break is what it is. Generally, there's not a lot popping off. It's usually a quiet time for news. Obviously, we've got a lot of players injured. So generally around Chelsea, there will be news because we want to find out if these players are coming back. And on the most part, it's looking good. It's looking like we're going to have pretty much every single centre back bar Levi Colwill. But we have had an interesting update on Cole Palmer. But just before I get into it, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please caress that like button. Subscribe if you are new and click that notification button if you want to stay up to date with all Chelsea's latest news. Right, let's get into it. Palmer. Cole Palmer. He's had a trip to Dubai. Nice little day out, nice little vacation. Or is it? Look, Kieran Gill's come out today and given us a bit of an update on Cole Palmer's injury. We've been waiting for this. How long is he going to be out for? Is he going to be back for after the international break, which is what we were all hoping for, what we were sort of led to believe? There was some news popping up that he would be available from the 19th of October. So there were some positive signs. We all saw the video of Hato's celebration with Palmer. That didn't look good. We all saw how he was walking, how he was moving. It didn't look good from the eye test, let's be honest. And it's not looking good. Kieran Gill come out today and has said that Cole Palmer's injury is a little bit worse than thought. And it's going to be weeks, potentially not even seeing him until November, which is quite a long time. I say it's the beginning of October now. It's not good news, man. Thomas Tuchel apparently has also spoken with him, the club. It it's not looking good. Apparently, it's chronic, which is bad. It is bad. Again, like I said, the eye test, it didn't look good. What he has done, they still don't feel that surgery is needed from the looks of it, because I think if surgery was the best option, he would have been in straight away. He would have been then. 2 weeks ago, he would have done it. I did mention this in my previous video. Like, if it was so bad and it definitely required surgery, there was no point in waiting. They might as well got it done. But I think they're going to try and treat this situation the same as they did with Reece James, where they gave him a few chances to come back before deciding on the surgery. Because if Cole Palmer has surgery, that's him out till January onwards. And I think they want to avoid that. And I'm pretty sure Cole Palmer wants to avoid that because, again, he's going to have say in this too. But from the looks of it, it's a lot worse than initially thought. He's definitely going to be out past November, maybe middle November, maybe even further, depending on how his recovery. And why the Dubai thing is quite interesting is Dubai is a lovely place, warm, modern. I get it. Holiday makes absolutely sense. You're not on international duty. You can go have a break. But generally, you'll see a lot of professional footballers when they're going through this rehabilitation period or, trying to nurse injury that's a lot worse than initially thought, they tend to go out to Dubai to do that. It's warm. It's not the horrible grey weather that you get in the UK. And the facilities and things that they will have out there, it's just next level. And that's one of the reasons why I think Cole Palmer is out there at the moment, not just to have a bit of a holiday. I think he has gone out there to aid his rehabilitation, maybe quicken it, get some specialist doctors having a look at it, all to make the recovery quicker and make the best decision for his injury. What do I think this means for Chelsea? Look, I always want Palmer in the team every day, every week, because he has been pretty much Chelsea for the last few years. He is that little bit of magic that we love to see on the pitch. But do I think we could cope without him for the time being so we don't need to rush him back? Absolutely. The last thing I want to do is rush Cole Palmer back because it's just gonna end badly, man. He'll just pick up the same injury. He'll be out for even longer and probably surgery. And from the looks of it, from the Liverpool game, the players that are starting to step up, the likes of Esteval, that could potentially fill the hole that Palmer has left for this time being to allow him for that recovery. I think there's enough, man. I think there is enough. I think the players that are stepping up will be able to hold the mantle for the moment. And when he is fit and when he is ready, we ease him back into the squad. I have, no doubt that he will pretty much try and come back and get straight back into that starting 11 ASAP. But do I think it's the end of the world right now? No, of course not. Yes, we will be 100% better with Cole Palmer in the team, no doubt about it. But I do think we have enough to get through this period without him. We've got a good run of games coming up after the international break. I think we'll be fine. I do think we'll be fine, and I hope for Palmer's sake that it is a matter of, it's weeks and this weeks doesn't turn into months or doesn't turn into surgery. I hope that it is going to be nursed correctly and he's going to come back fit like it never even happened. Moving on into some transfer business. Some transfer news. It's not January, it's not the summer, but we've still got business going on. Of course, it's something that never ever goes away. There's always going to be player links. You'll have you'll watch the match of the days on the weekend. Player will score a banger. Next minute he'll be linked to every club in the Premier League, every top club. It's just how it is. There is one particular player who's absolutely tearing it up in the league at the moment and has been doing well ever since he has arrived in the league, and that is Anton Semenyo. Now, it has been reported that Chelsea are potentially preparing a £78 million bid for Semenyo in January. Absolutely out of nowhere. Am I for it? I think Semenyo is a worldie of a player. He looks, leagues above everybody else. Do I think it's going to happen? No, not in the slightest. Not because of his age bracket. I think he is still quite young. Not because of his wages. I just don't think the club is going to shell out that money when they have just bought two wingers. They've got Quenda coming back in, not coming back, but coming to the club in the summer. I don't see them going to spend that kind of money on, Semenyo from Bournemouth when they've got these options, this money they've already just spent. Do I think he is a better player than the wingers we have? Yeah, he's definitely in form. I would take him in the team 100%. I think he would definitely provide something that we are lacking. However, it's still early days with the wingers that we do have, and they all deserve time. I mean, Garnacho's looking better. The last game against Liverpool, I thought he was really, really good. And he's only going to get better with more and more game time and more fitness. Gittins is still flattering to deceive a little bit. Don't sort of think, oh, we'll just offload Gittins in January. That won't happen. We've seen that the club, when they do bring in players, they tend to give them a little bit of time. Mostly, there are a few players that they shift out the door pretty quick. But generally, players get a little bit of time to adapt to the style, to the football, to the league before they sort of make their judgment on it. And I don't see any world that Gittins gets sold in January to, for Semenyo to come in. I just don't see it happening. If I'm gonna be honest, I think this is just, it's one of those. It's paper talk. It's just to get people talking about it, and it's not going to happen. I don't see it. I'll be very, very surprised. But I'd love to get your thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on Semenyo? Would you take him at Chelsea? And do you think this would actually happen? Drop it in the comments below. Lastly, wanted to finish on a little bit on Emmanuel Emegha because there has been some updates on it. Now, with the whole Mark Gue situation, before the Liverpool game, there was a few things floating around that maybe the reason why Mark Gue hasn't played any minutes up until the Liverpool game was because we could be sending him back out on loan. And doing that, we could bring Emegha from Strasbourg to Chelsea in January rather than waiting till the summer. Maybe even doing a switch and sending Gue out to Strasbourg. Well, obviously, Gue can't go anywhere now because he's played minutes for Chelsea. And the reports coming out that, Chelsea are looking at Emegha as being that, long-term solution, and they are looking forward to having him in the summer. Big capital words, in the summer. Very important to read that. I don't see him coming in January. I expect him to stay at Strasbourg through the entirety of the season. As I said, Gue's now played minutes, so there's no option of even sending him out on loan to any club whether it be Strasbourg or any Premier League sort of side. So I do expect Emegha to stay, and I think that's the best decision for the player. Just let him play football because he's going to come in. Delap's going to be back mid-December, maybe January early January at the absolute latest when he's actually at full fitness and playing. We've got João Pedro, we've got Mark Gu. Is he going to come in? He'd probably be the third choice unless Delap or Pedro get injured. I don't see it. It's pointless. Just keep him out of Strasbourg. Let him play the entirety of the season. Let him do what he needs to do to develop. Don't just bring him here to sit on the bench because that's just pointless for his development. And then you basically waste Mark Gu, don't you? Because you just have him sitting on the bench because he can't go anywhere anyway. So no, I don't see this as an option. It's clearly that the club have now moved past that, and I think that's why Q got minutes against Liverpool. I'm still, I don't know. Emegha looks good, but it's the French league, so it's hard to make much of a judgment on it. I think he's injured at the moment, so he's missed a few games. He did well last season. He started this season pretty well. Have to keep an eye on him. I think going into the summer, I don't see us buying another striker. As much as it's probably going to hurt a lot of your ears, I don't see it. I think our three strikers will be Delap, Emegha, and João Pedro, where João Pedro will probably rotate between the striker and the 10. So, because there's a good opportunity, we probably won't go out and get a 10 either. So that's how I see it. Would you be happy with that front line if it was Liam Delap, Emegha, or João Pedro? Drop it in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on that one. For me personally, it's enough squad depth to have three strikers, two, out and out strikers in Delap and Emegha, and then having João Pedro who can, play both in the 10 and as a striker. It's enough depth. It's enough quality. Three very different strikers. Omega's similar to like a Jackson style. João Pedro, a lot more technical. Liam Delap, powerhouse. So we would have basically all types of strikers in our club. So it does make sense in terms of the depth, in terms of different qualities that Maresca can use for different games. It's just how will Emegha adapt to the league? We still, a little bit out on Liam Delap. We've barely seen him. He's been injured for most of the season. João Pedro, I think I'm not taking much into his goals drying up, mainly because the geezer's been run ragged. Like he's had no break. He's just been playing non-stop, even running with a bit of an injury. So I would wait until after the international break. But I expect João Pedro to be firing again very soon. But yeah, as I said, the depth is looking a lot better than it, did last season and at the start of the season, especially when Liam Delap got that injury. But that is all from me now, guys. Like I said at the beginning, if you are enjoying this videos, please caress that like button. Subscribe if you're new. But for now, take care of yourselves and I will catch you in the next one.